Hey everyone, this is Angel Park, and I'm coming to y'all with another episode of the Mystic Veil podcast. And today, for this episode, I would like to talk about on how to let it go. So, this topic laid on my heart because this is something that I had to learn as well. Like I said, I'm going to keep telling y'all, like, from my perspective of learning, because I was once a student and now I'm a teacher, and I could still be both. So, the reason why I want to talk about letting it go is because when we be in situations when it comes to friendship, romance, and family, we tend to hold on to things that no longer serves our higher good. And the problem is that when you do stuff like this can hold you back from your potential, from your growth. Not only that, for stepping into your purpose. Because yeah, God may send us lessons when it comes to people or lessons within the blessing and things like that. But there's a time where you need to let it go when it no longer suits your higher good, especially when these people are really ain't for you and they're really against you. But not everybody's against you either, so you had to figure out who is and who's not. But you will know these things when you pay attention to your intuition. So the reason why I feel like people don't trust their intuition is because people tend to, when it comes to the men like to be logical, and then you have women, they're emotional. So when you're emotionally unstable for the woman, you won't be able to think clearly because you're like everywhere overthinking and things like that. So you have to control like you have to control your emotions really good and not like overreact and things like that. Take a deep breath, like take some space or time to yourself to really think about something before you react to something, ladies. And for men, when it comes to logic, yes, logic being logical is good, but sometimes it's not realistic either. Um, Especially when it's not benefit others and it's just for yourself. That's kind of very somewhat selfish, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, there's a problem where people choose logic over intuition. We all have intuition and we yet ignore it. We say that we like, yeah, you have a relationship with God, but nobody like talks about how they know when God's talking to them. And one way God talks to us is through our intuition, our discernment. And people don't tend to pay attention to that. They ignore it because they want what they want in life. And sometimes when it comes to relationships, people be trauma bonding and stuff like that is because it's history, or y'all love that's like a lot, like y'all love really hard, so it's like it's hard to let go of that person when you love them so much, you poured into and stuff like that. But is it really benefiting you mentally? No, because me personally, when it came to friendship stuff like that, I used to overstay my welcome. People used to treat me some type of way and like say they love me and all these things or they're for me, but it really wasn't for me. So I had to learn how to let it go when it was time to let it go. So another reason is the reason why people don't trust their intuition is because they don't listen to their gut feeling sometimes will tell them wrong. That's why I said is you really gotta be emotionally stable and intelligent, stuff like that. Like don't be overly emotional, stuff like that, where you're overstimulated and you don't know how to think. That can mess up your intuition in a sense. So sometimes you, like in the past, you probably thought something wrong, and since you thought it wrong, you don't want to sit here do it again and mess up something else. But that's the thing, you had to learn to use your intuition the correct way when it comes to like your gut feeling. Like God will even send you signs of synchronicities about people and things like that. He even sends you like lessons. Like if you're not getting it, he's gonna cause a tire moment every time you turn around. He's gonna cause a tire moment in that relationship, in that friendship, that family member. They're gonna keep causing times and times till you let it go. Until you let it go. Like you're gonna be like dissatisfied within the connection if you don't let it go. So another reason why people don't trust their intuition is because they fear making the wrong judgment, which I already said, like the gut feeling was wrong. There's no need to fear none of that. Sometimes, like I've been in a place where, damn if I'm wrong, damn if I'm right. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world type thing. So like, but when you do like make judgment, make sure you're not judging people harshly. Just keep it to yourself. Like, oh, I just feel like it's not right. And if you feel like it's really you, then you need to sit alone and figure out who you are, and and heal. So you don't have to do all that. And then sometimes people are just biased. Like people be very much stereotyping when it comes to appearances and stuff like that. So sometimes y'all compare the past to the new and stuff like that, or just people in general that you experienced in the past. You think some people in the present is going to do the same thing. It's not like that whatsoever. Um, so the whole reason me talking about letting it go is because you have to listen to your intuition. If you want to be happy, you have to listen to your intuition. You know when something's not right for you. Trust me, because you're gonna be feeling like, let's say, down, depressed around that person. You feel drained. Not only that, yes, you feel drained, because I experienced that when it came to people that was in my life that shouldn't have been in my life no more. And sometimes you outgrow people. For some people, it don't even be like bad blood or nothing like that. Sometimes you outgrow people because you're growing, and that's what happens. So sometimes you can't really take things like this to heart because it's meant for your higher purpose. They just supposed to be coming on your path along the way and on your journey. It allows you to move forward when you meet these people. Some people is meant to stay, and some people is meant to go. So a way to listen to your intuition is self-reflection. So self-reflection is like um basically like identify the issues, meaning clearly recognize how this person is negatively impacting your life and why you need to distance yourself. So if you know somebody, like say if it's a friend, for instance, I'm gonna do examples for friends, lovers, and family. Say if it's a friend, they're out partying and getting drunk, getting high. There's nothing wrong with it, but they do it constantly, and it's like they're not really getting nothing done in their life, or like they only want to be around you when they want to have a fun time and really not get to the nitty gritty when it comes to the business and stuff like that, or when it comes to your goals and stuff. They're like a distraction. So you want to remove distractions out of your life. Just like when it comes to love, this person treating you a certain way, not meeting your needs or your wants in a sense, not being attentive, not really caring, is more so one sided in a relationship. It's always bickering back and forth. Yes, all relationships not perfect, but you should not be going back and forth every day, or it's always something, um not only that, love shouldn't either hurt either. So that's another way to do these things. And then when it comes to family, like how they make you feel, like say if they bully you, like make smart remarks, like, oh, I'm just joking, like gaslighting in a sense. You got to be careful with people gaslighting you. On top of that, when it comes to these connections, because nobody is supposed to do that. I know some people have we all have some traits within us, but it's if you really want that person around, you're gonna change that right away. You get what I mean? But some people, they don't want to change, so you have to remove the people out of your life that don't want to do that, or want to grow with you, or anything like that, or have a better connection with you. Um, but you may first, when you do self-reflect, you have to sit alone and think about the connection that you have with these people and see if it really serves your higher good, and do they treat you right? Is it one-sided? Like I said, all those type of things, and this will identify if you should still have them around. Some people be knowing though, but y'all know your intuition. So y'all got to listen to your intuition, because if you don't, God would definitely send you a hard lesson over and over and over again. I'm trying to tell y'all, because He did it to me. As soon as I did it, He showed me exactly why. And like lately, now that I know to listen to my intuition, that I've been dealing with certain folks, He be telling me reject them, reject them, reject them, or let them go. As soon as I let it go, He shows me why. He shows me what's been hidden behind the scenes, and like it kind of eases my mind, because it's like, dang, I really dodged this person. So it's like I'd be so happy, because I'm like, right, like I listen to my intuition and I'm getting rewarded for it. God's gonna reward you for passing the test on top of that. But it's not about that. It's also about growth. So, um, also when it comes to listening intuition, you gotta understand your needs. You have to understand what you need from a relationship and whether this person is fulfilling those needs. Like I said previously, do they fulfill you when it comes to your needs? Do they help you grow? Or do they hold you back? Because if they hold you back, they gotta go. Another way is communication. You have to be direct about how you feel when you talking to the person clearly, and state your decision to step back from the relationship and explain why. So if you come to the conclusion that this person is not meeting your needs or none of that, you need to express this to the person about how you feel, because if you express this may change their ways of how you're moving if they really want you in their life. But if you express it to them, and they try to ignore you, or they try to guess it, like, oh, what are you talking about? You're crazy, all this stuff. you're not crazy. You know exactly what's going on. When you feel like this person is shutting you out, neglecting you, all these type of things, they're doing it purposely. Well, some people are not, but if you tell them this, and like I said, they gaslight, oh, you're crazy, you're just tripping, remove them. You need to let them go, because nobody's going to gaslight you, nobody's going to manipulate you, none of that. You had to stand up for yourself. You literally got to let these people go, okay? Because I let them go when I feel like I'm not being heard or understood. It's because they're not trying to understand you. They don't want you to be heard, okay? They're trying to ignore you. So another way, also, like I said previously in my podcast, is to set boundaries, communicate your limits, and what kind of interaction you are comfortable with. So basically, if say this person crossed you in a sense, because like I said, people don't know your boundaries till you let them know. But sometimes people, they wait till they do it the first time, so that's fine. Because like I said, at least before trying to like quit to make a decision on somebody when they first come into your life or anything like that, or quit to cut them off, first let them show their hands, okay? But don't be quick to be very giving or tell everything about you. You know what I mean? Like, because some people like to try to use that against you. Okay, so make sure you limit the things you say to people early on, like when you meet them and stuff like that, because you got to be careful with that. So communicate your boundaries. If they cross something, let them know right then and there, but do not be very hostile or really try to give an ultimatum, because that's not going to make them learn a lesson. Don't try to be too controlling either. Just say like, this is something I don't like. And so if I don't like this, da da da, but I'ma choose to, you know, what I mean? So it's best to do this way so it won't make the other person feel like you're trying to control them and their actions, because you don't want to control nobody at the same time either, okay? Um Another thing is, for when it comes to your let's see, intuition, avoid victim blaming. Focus on your own feelings and needs rather than placing blame on the other person. So don't try to point fingers at the person, playing the victim. If you're the one that's allowing this person to do this to you over and over again, like continuously, like this person's not for you and they're hurting you or messing with you mentally, emotionally and stuff, like manipulating you in a sense, um, it's really your fault if you continue to keep staying with this person knowing that they hurt you. They're not supposed to hurt you if they really are for you. You gotta understand that, okay? So like I used to be in this bit of mindset, oh, people just gonna keep doing me dirty, da da da, stuff like that. Or I just always feel like nothing will ever get better. So it's like I be already thinking this not gonna go well when I come towards a new person, something like that. You can't have that mentality whatsoever, because you're manifesting that into the universe for that to happen. So sometimes people don't even know that stuff turns out from sweet to sour is because you at first, oh, love it, and then you start to get the overthinking and things like that. You manifest, oh, they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna exactly do that because you're manifesting that into the universe. Some people, they just need more growth when it comes to stuff like this. So sometimes it really do be the people, but don't victim blame whatsoever. Don't point fingers, because sometimes that can cause unnecessary drama. Okay, so see where you went wrong at, and see and self reevaluate, and see what do you need to change about that, so you won't keep being the victim, trying to be the victim, having victim mindset. So by me like not having victim mindset, like I said, I look at like where we're wrong, what did I allow, and what should I put a stop to? Put a stop to it rather than blaming. Okay. So another one is emotional management. Expect emotions. And so when it's time to let somebody go, it's gonna be hard, but especially when it's history. But the thing is, don't pretend like you're, let's say, nonchalant when it comes to letting somebody go, okay? Because that's not a good thing. You're needed to feel your emotions. You need to go through those emotions and understand your emotions, and try to like cope with it in a better way, rather than covering up with drugs, drinking, or partying and things like that. Really sit with yourself, isolate yourself, talk to God, even read your Bible or something like that. Some of you guys, what I do is, what heals me is dancing. Like when I go through heartbreak and stuff like that, or dealing with stuff that like mess with my mental, I really like do what I love when it comes to creativity. I sing, I make my music, I dance, I do all those things. pray to God, talk to God, read the Bible, all that. That's really a good thing to do when it comes to an outlet. Something you love doing or creative wise, do that. And express yourself that way if you had to also. But reason why I say expect emotions is because you need to acknowledge that letting go can be difficult and allow yourself to feel emotions like sadness or guilt. So yeah, even when you feel guilty of a situation, like if you're the one that is actually unsatisfied with that person that you're dealing with, or when it comes to family or friends, and you feel like you feel wrong about letting this person go, don't feel wrong. Do what's best for you, baby. And don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're wrong, stuff like that. If you feel like it's good to let this person go or it's best, do that. Don't feel guilty whatsoever about your decision. And don't let nobody make you feel guilty about your situation, okay? I mean, make you feel guilty about your decision. I'm saying situation. The next step is self-care. So when you do let this person go, you need to practice self-care because sometimes people tend to lose themselves when they give their all to people, and that's why it's best for you to let go when you literally lose yourself within these people. You're not supposed to lose yourself. You should be still doing the same stuff you was doing before you met this person. You know, being on your shit, okay? Because I was in that place where I lost myself. I was grinding like me, posting my content and all this stuff. And it's like, I be going so hard on my creativity and stuff like that. And then when I meet somebody, I'm not doing it no more. I get lazy and all this stuff. That's another sign. If you notice you're not doing the things that you used to do, you need to watch out for that person that you're around. Okay? Because they're a distraction. I'm telling y'all that right now. Okay? So when I was talking about self care, practice self compassion and engage in activities that supports your well being during this transition. So, like I said, do something creative. If you sing, sing. If you paint, paint. If you like anything that you know how to do, play some sports, something you love doing. Go to the gym. That could be an outlet too. You could go to the gym and stuff like that. Take care of your body. Um, Take care of your health, go to doctors and things like that. There's a lot of things you can do when it comes to self care. Do your face, go out and pamper yourself, all type of things. You can do all that. Love on you, okay? If nobody can't do it correctly, love on you. That's why I say it's best to let go and love on you, baby. Because you always got you at the end, okay? And that's why it's really important to love yourself. You know, um, the next thing is take action. So when it comes to taking action, the problem is when it comes to people needing to let people go and they know they try to part ways with people, people tend to still have some type of connection to the person that they let go of. Like you're still holding on to this person because it's like what ifs, you know, but you know it's not for you. So it's like, why are you still holding on? And it's like if you still hold on to this person that you literally told this person that you're letting them go, but yet you're still content stuff, they're not going to take you serious. They're not going to take your boundaries serious. They're going to keep crossing you when it comes to your boundaries over and over and over and over again. Okay? So you really gotta stand on business with these people that got you messed up. And don't feel bad about it. Especially when it comes to how you feel. Okay? So by doing this limited content, I know it can be hard to let go, but try your best not to reduce when it comes to interactions like as much as possible, like including phone calls, text messages, social media. Me personally, I block people. So if you want to block people because you know you're not gonna stand on business, block them. Do that. I do that, but because I really don't want to be connected to people that I know is not from my heart good and do me some type of way. I don't want them to have access to me, so I block people. Okay, and they never can talk to me again. The only way they can see me is if they have to stalk me through family, friends, or just making fake pictures. That's what they're just gonna have to do because I don't care. Okay, so another thing is after that, when you do this, you need to focus on your life. Because, like I said, people tend to lose themselves within others because you're not really supposed to be codependent on other people or look for your happiness within people. You should be already happy within self. Okay, so that's something I also had learned too. On top of that, so basically invest your time and energy in positive activities and people who uplift you. So you need to surround yourself with people that will literally uplift you, give you positivity, and wants to see you win, and once you see you like strive in a sense and see you happy and make you feel happy, and really are there for you, and somebody that you can lean your shoulder on and stuff like that. Vice versa. So they can keep you on track when it comes to this thing called life and yourself, so you won't lose yourself, okay? Because there are good people out here, so don't think everybody's the same and stuff like that. Or don't think just because if you let somebody go, you cannot replace somebody. You definitely can replace somebody, as long as it's of good, okay? The next step is important considerations. So when you do let people go, you need to be considerate of other people's feelings, okay? And opinions too. And have an understanding on top of that. But make a respectful effort, because sometimes y'all like to get a little bit rah 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 when it comes to letting go and stuff like that, because this person won't let you go, or like it's hard for y'all to let go and stuff like that. Or like if you feel a way, you stand on it and you're mad and angry about it, do not project on that to them. Okay, you don't want to decide to stay there, so do not do that. If you're the one that decided to stay there, please do not do that, because you chose to stay. So it's either you stay or you leave. You get what I mean? So by doing that, um, you need to maintain a respectful communication to avoid unnecessary conflict, like I said previously. Because like I said, it can cause more damage than ever. Like stuff that y'all don't even mean to say to each other. And it's not a good thing, because God don't want you to do that. Your lessons is to understand why this happened and why you need to let this go. And it's best to love people from a distance. God don't want you to go hatred or none of that or resentment towards people whatsoever, because it was a lesson for a reason. He wanted you to learn that lesson for growth. He wants you to learn that lesson for moving. When you meet other people, you know what to do and how to deal with other people. Okay, when people do this again to you, you know when to let this go. You're gonna be familiar when you um get this wisdom and knowledge from these lessons. Like I said, you can carry it on to the next and use it. That's what it's for. This is why that God put lessons on our path and stuff like that. But it's also a test on top of that to see if you really grew, So if these don't work at all, on like, it's best to consider professional help when it comes to like going to therapy. If you feel like you cannot detach from this person whatsoever, go to therapy. And I promise everything will get better. It really will get better. So, being the fact that I gave y'all on how to let go and listen to your intuition, I'm going to tell y'all a story time for me. And it's going to be when it comes to friends, family, and lover. So, let's start off with friends. So, friends, I have a story time. So, being the fact I told you guys previously about the people that really wasn't my friend in middle school, when I went to high school, I cut them all off because they didn't want to learn some higher good. But I have this one story that I do want to share, because I had this um best friend type of connection with this person. Okay. So this best friend, this is somebody that I stayed longer than what I should have. And I should have never befriended her, because we were friends back then. But when we were friends back then, she didn't claim me as her friend. And I found this out because of the ex that I was dealing with. He told me, like, she don't claim you as your friend. But we were literally FaceTiming every day, singing to each other, all this type of things. And I'm not gonna lie, back then she didn't really know how to. I knew she had potential, but she didn't really know how to sing back then. But me, it was natural to me. So we sing on the phone. I let her to express herself, like, cause you're my friend. Like, I see potential, and I know you could become better. And she did become better. I'm not a hater, okay? Just because we're not friends no more, I'm not a hater. Tell you that right now, because I don't know why people get this concept sometimes about I'm the one that. Well, I think it's depending on what the people I cut off tell people. They try to make it come off as if I was a miserable person, and I never was. But the reason why they do this is because they know I sit alone, and they know I don't have nobody to back me up, in a sense, because I really be to myself. And like, I really do go by my business. That's the only time they really start saying something about me and stuff like that. When they see that I'm unbothered about us departing ways. So yes, people will try to make it hard when you let go and stuff like that. When it comes to them, they get mad. But it is what it is. Just don't entertain it, because I learned to not entertain it or resentment, because sometimes when I get tired of it, I start saying something. Okay. So yeah, we became friends my senior year, but it was ironic because she was dealing with this dude for a while. We wasn't as close. She wanted to be my friend senior year, and this is when they broke up. So this is when my intuition was like, I went bad. Like when it came to the end of our friendship, I knew I was never supposed to be her friend, and I knew at the end of the day I was in the right about what was going on. But it is what it is. She became my friend because she was like, she saw me walking by myself in school, things like that. I'm trying to make it quick. I was walking by myself in school and she saw that. So she came up to me one day and wanted to be my friend. We started hanging out. And mind you, like I said, this is when her boyfriend broke up. Now we're the bestest friends, ironically. I'm not gonna lie, I did have a job my junior year, but when senior year came, my job shut down. So I didn't have a job. So, but it was never a problem getting money from my father. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I could call my father and he'll give it right to me. He'd tell me, let me him know how much I need. He'll send it right to me. So that was another thing. So she was very generous. She was very nice when went out and stuff like that. But there came to a time from where I didn't have what I technically did. I could ask my dad, but I didn't because I didn't want to. Because I'm the type of person I don't want to overdo things, even though it's there for me to ask and stuff like that. So she would try to treat me out. So cool, boom, that's fine. But I'm the type of person don't overdo it because I feel like if I'm not giving you nothing, I don't expect a lot from you, and I don't want a lot from you. Like it's not about that either, about what you do for me either. So one time she tried to offer me again and I said no. This girl forced me to take her offer, for one. So, and I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why that bothered me and soon. I used to tell her no, and she forced me to basically took my hand and take her offer. Boom. So it's no choice. So whatever. So not only that, she was the type of girl, she loved the party. I was not the party girl, so she knew I was gonna always want to go out. And that's the difference we had. She was the outgoing one and I was the introverted one. I didn't always have to party to have fun and stuff like that. I was an inside girl. Like I could spend time with you inside and stuff like that. She liked to drink. I didn't drink. She put me on to drink. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But I didn't even really drink hard either. The only thing I really did was smoke. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But we was partying all the time, stuff like that. Cool. That was fun until I got tired of it. And sometimes that's why sometimes I didn't really want to go sometimes with her. So I would stay in the house, but it wasn't purposely like I'm not trying to be her friend. It's just that's not my type of scenery, so I'm not gonna always want to go. And sometimes I would feel bad because I say no. I felt so bad just to saying no. So that's another thing. I already partied when I was young, so I outgrew that. So that's another reason why I didn't really like partying like she did. So not only that, she was in a toxic relationship on and off, and she was doing her thing, he was doing her thing, and like I feel like she honestly lost herself. I'm not gonna say too much about her business. She lost herself within that connection with the on and off while we were friends, and it was starting to drain me. So that's why I wasn't really like every time we started linking more and more, I got more quieter. I wasn't really talking much. I didn't have much to say when she talked to me. Like, and some of the stuff that she was talking about, it was very much toxic. Like the stuff the way she was acting stuff, it was toxic. So that was another thing. And like the other problem with me, she was the type to talk about her own family behind her back. And like basically she was somewhat judgmental, very judgmental. And like sometimes I would look at her like, you really gonna judge somebody? Like somebody could literally have a stain on their shirt. And if she see a guy with a stain on their shirt trying to talk to herself, oh, look. And mind you, we're at school, we eat lunch and stuff like that. So it's like you can't really judge somebody just because they have a stain on their shirt or they dirty, da da da. Like what? We just had lunch. Like stuff happens. I'm thinking in my head like that's very judgmental of you. But she would talk about her own family. she even she has a problem with people that are big because that was another thing, calling people fat, stuff like that. I understand, but there's no way you should be bashing people like that in that sense, especially when it comes to family. So that was already showing me I shouldn't even trust you. So not only that, I'm gonna tell you one was the point where I should have had cut her off. So we became friends. Da, 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 told you that. I'm talking about her own family. So this is when everything started. When this connection that just started getting weird. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all this other thing. I also supported her when she wanted to get back and when she wanted to start doing hair. And what's crazy is when I let her do this, she did good, but then it was certain hairstyles that wasn't good. But me being her friend, practice made perfect. I believe in anybody, especially my loved ones. Anybody, you could be a stranger. Come on now. So I let her play in my head and stuff like that. There's times where like she would do it for free, but there was times that I would try to pay her because I was like, I don't want you to die and all this stuff. And then there was one time where I told her, "Oh, do you need anything to eat?" One time, she said, "No." Okay, cool, because I know she will look out for me. Because this is when I think I did get a job. Yeah, this is when I did get a job, and I had the money, so I was looking out for her. Boom. And mind you, when we make plans, I wasn't always the one that made plans because she's the one that was driving. I didn't drive, so why would I sit here and make plans knowing you're the driver and it's gonna come off as if I'm using you? I'm not using you, and that's not what I'm using you for. Like we could sit in the house, we don't have to go nowhere, and we did some cool stuff and stuff like that. So that's why I wasn't understanding. We got a job together and all that stuff. We was cool. So this is when everything started falling when we graduated and we went to college, but she ended up transferring back and went to Warwick with me, I believe. So she started accusing me about stuff that was very delulu to me, very much delulu. Uh, the first incident was with my ex that I was dealing with, and the crazy part is the person I was dealing with. We made an agreement to do this little dating site, whatever. But she's the one that brought it to me. I wasn't really focused on love. She just brought it up, so let's do this dating app. And so we did it, but boom. I met somebody on there, but they was around here. So, and I actually had knew them because they were church folk. We started dating, and she was single, but she was doing whatever she wanted. And it crazy, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why it was crazy. This is when I know that I should have let her go. They were going back and forth for something like that, and she ended up texting me and asking me like, "Are you talking about me to your boyfriend?" Da da da. I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm not that type of person. Why would I be talking about you to my boyfriend, for one? And I'm the type of person like, your secret is safe with me. So it's like, why the fuck would I do that? And what makes you think that? So she thought that because he started running his mouth on her thing, but that's because they were playing around one time when she got me from the house because he was leaving because we was going out. Well, then I mean, we could still go out. Like I'm not going to sit here and be under my dude because sometimes he gets on my nerves. Well, he's my ass now, but he get on my nerves. So I didn't want to be around him 24/7. And I saw him like every day too. So it's like I don't want to be around him. So there was times I did go with her out, and he went with his boys and stuff like that, where he had rehearsal stuff. We was never really around people around each other because he had gigs to do, and sometimes I had to work and stuff like that. So that's what made her ex. So there was another time. That was the first strike. Cause I'm like, whoa, cause she really was disrespectful about it too. On top of that, and I'm like that right now. She thought she could talk to me any type of way, but I'm the type I'm gonna correct you when you got me messed up. I don't play none of that. You don't talk to me no type of way, especially when you're being delulu and you're loud and wrong. I'm gonna correct you. So she apologized for that. Okay, so she did the same thing again. Uh, what was it? I think I was at no. This was what happened when it was at school. So that happened then. Uh, it was doing while I was in class too. So that's what blew me too when she had mentioned this about him and all that. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm in class and you gonna hit me, and we're literally on campus together at the same time. But I'm already out in class, so she pissed me off because I'm just focused on what I need to do when it came to my homework and stuff like that when I got a class. And she just threw me off. So there was another time. This girl got into it with somebody on Facebook. Mind you, I was at work. I'm at work all day on my phone because I was housekeeping. I don't have no time to be looking at my phone like that. I'm sitting trying to get these rooms done. And most times I was done by 7, depending on how busy it was. She got into it with these two girls. One of them was pregnant and the other one was a friend. Right if I heard da da da. Mind you, like I said, I was at work. And guess what? I didn't even find this out that she got into it with somebody until my 2 other ex-friends told me. They're like, yo, you better get your friend, da da da. So I seen what was going on, but it was like over with. So I'm the type of person, if it's over with, there's no need to be going back and forth. And I knew she wasn't going to fight. So it's like, what's the point? And then they were going back and forth about something. And it's also because she was also lying about something. So I'm like, not only that, I understand she's my friend. I'm gonna go hard for her, whether right or wrong, or she's lying and stuff. But it was at the same time, like behind the scenes, I'm like, you're lying. So it was like, but it really was no point because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fighter. Like if she was to get hit or something happened, I'm gonna come. But if y'all just going back and forth online and y'all already stopped talking about it, I'm not gonna bring it back up if it's over with already. For one, so because I'm not a problematic type person. I don't like being a drama. So that's something I really hate if my friend puts me into that, but I would still be there for my friend regardless. So this is when they were telling me this information. As soon as I got home from work, I didn't even get to get out of my work clothes, none of that. They called me, and this is when she ended up texting me while they were telling me everything, what was going on. Because I actually had to go to the status and see what was going on when they told me this. So she came at me, but mind you, the reason why they knew she was lying about something is because her ex-boyfriend told her business. So guess what she decided to do? She decided to project onto me, try to cuss me out. Oh, you're not her friend. Da, 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 da. You should have been. Da, da, da. Mind you, like I said, I'm at work, and I had to get on her because I'm like, I'm at work. Da da da. And I was like, you taking this out on the wrong person. Da da da. And then she's like, you're right. I'm sorry. Da da da. Because what is wrong with you? Like, it's like she was trying to find a reason as if I'm not a good friend or something. I feel like she kept trying to find a way to see if I really fuck with her or not. Like, she's trying to find a way to see if I'm not trustworthy. So I feel like she's purposely trying to accuse me of a lot of stuff for no reason. Like, you just wanted to stop being my friend. This is a sign that I should have let her go and I didn't. So she apologized and stuff like that. Cool. Ever since then, it just got worse and worse. Like, it's just really draining because, like, really draining. And this is me telling y'all my truth anyhow. It was just draining because it's like it was just toxic with her. Like, she was toxic with the connection with her ex because they were back and forth. She even wanted to pull up on this nigga and see where he was at because he was supposedly on a date and all this stuff. She was doing a lot of toxic stuff and doing any and everything and not being careful in a sense. So that's when, let's say, it got more draining. I always supported her. Like, when she was doing the modeling and stuff, I traveled with her and all that stuff. So I didn't understand that. Like, I'm the type of person, I give you my shut off my back. Or if you're hurt and you're in the hospital, that's when I'm gonna really show up for you ass. Like, I'm really gonna show up. If life or death situation, like, I'm really gonna show up before anything. I don't play that. So that was a thing. So this is what happened. Mind you, when I was dealing with her, I broke up with this boy, and I was already like somewhat depressed because I lost somebody close to me, dearly to my heart, which was Devin. Long live TC, love you. And it's crazy because my sister sees spirits, so he actually came to my sister and he asked for me, but she's not really wanting to talk anymore to them and stuff like that, even though she acknowledged that they're there. So she just told me, but she didn't really talk to him. So that, like, made me happy, but I forgot, like, he wanted me to move forward and stuff like that, and don't, like, let his death hold me back and stuff, because I really was depressed. So I was smoking heavy on top of that. But I'm actually good now today. I don't smoke heavy like I used to. And I haven't actually smoked in a while lately. Like, it was like a couple weeks, but I took a breaks too in the midst of me doing my healing work and stuff like that. There's times I went months without because I wanted to truly heal. Um, she knew about that. And what's crazy is when he died, he was with her ex. So what blew me was when she gave me the news. Because mind you, before this, let's go back a little bit. Senior prom, I was dealing with this older guy. We broke up. I was depressed because I had BC. I literally had BC, and that BC made me depressed because I was eating more and I gained weight. So when we broke up, I took it hard. I will never forget when we FaceTime and I poured my eyes out to her. This was my first time being vulnerable towards her, crying and stuff like that. Talk to her. She was giving me encouraging words, but what threw me off, and the thing is, people don't know I pay attention to these things. I just ignore it sometimes, but my eyes be open. My intuition be there. When she was on FaceTime, this girl was literally smiling in my face like she was happy that I was down and telling me this stuff. Like, she was literally smiling in my face. And that was another, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because when she told me the death of him, I heard her tone, and I'm the type of person, I'm very intuitive. I'm very observant. I do the tone. I could sense the tone and all that. I could see right through that. So the way she gave it to me, it wasn't like a heartfelt thing to me. I felt like she enjoyed that I was in pain over that. So that opened my eyes because I know that you did that. So of course, I I wouldn't be surprised if you doing that now. So that. But if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But that's how I felt. Um, so that's when She's the one that nudged me to date the boy that I was telling y'all about. That she tried to accuse me of talking to him about her business. I would never do that, especially not to my man. We ended up breaking up after me and her stopped being friends, though. But she didn't know I was about to break up with him anyway, so that didn't matter to me. So she would always come to me. She honestly started. She don't understand the reason why I started opening up to her about my relationship is because she did that to me. She would tell me about what she was going through, with her ex going back and forth, and then other guys that she was dealing with. It was always that's another thing. But I'm gonna tell y'all first how we stopped being friends. She gave me a talk, and she told me how like I was neglecting myself, and I actually understood where she was coming from. I didn't take it too hard. Like I understood exactly what she meant. Like I knew I was letting myself go. I didn't love myself. I was neglecting myself. So I really thought about that, and that's when I was like, you know what? I'm about to change this around and start loving myself and stuff like that. So I was losing weight. I was dressing up more, getting my hair done. I even got in the studio. Like, I'm so happy about that. I got in the studio and made me a song. And I always wanted to do this. So I was happy about that. So she saw my progress after what she told me and stuff like that. She even told me, like, I'm going to tell y'all this now. She was talking about getting like a BBL. And she said, oh, we should probably get one together. But she was like, but one time she was like, technically, she said, you don't even need a BBL. You already got the body shape. She said, you just got to tone yourself and lose a little bit of weight. Boom. Remember this, y'all. So, the other story's gonna be short when it comes to family and lover, because I'm not gonna tell all the stories. So, this is when I was getting myself together, my hair, doing my hair and stuff. I'm still doing what to do, but I was about to break up with him because he was draining me mentally, really mentally. But I never went to her all the time about what we was going through. But yet sometimes because I felt comfortable because she did it to me. That's the reason why I did it. I'm the type of person I'll hold back. I won't tell you everything. And I won't tell you all the good things. So you cannot assume that he's doing all bad things. And that's why I had to learn to tell good things. But I feel like I did tell her some good things about him though. But it was always her feeling negative towards him. She always had a problem with the people that I dealt with. But I never said anything about the people that she dealt with. It was always, if you're happy, that's all that matters. That's how I felt about the situation when she dealt with people. So, that's when, like I said, I was doing my hair and stuff like that. And if I leave him, she was complimenting me. She was sliding on my stuff, saying how beautiful I've been looking, dressing wise. She could tell I was losing weight and everything. So she was happy for me. And that's where everything turned. When I started when I started loving myself and she was happy for me. And this is how I knew she definitely was never for me and she didn't want to see me grow. So, ironically, you've been complimenting me, telling me how I'm going all this stuff. All of a sudden, I'm losing weight. And one day she wanted to stop being my friend. One day she literally wanted to stop being my friend. And I feel like she thought I was codependent on her and she thought I was going to need her. And she thought that was going to stop my growth. And I feel like that's what she was doing. So, but I know when I talked to her, because this when she was pregnant, I went to her congratulations when I found out it was a girl because I knew it was a girl. Because I felt like it was going to be a girl before she had cut me off. And when I found out it was a girl, I wanted to text her, but I didn't because I'm like, no. Because I had to stand on business. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I had to stand on business with her. So, she wouldn't stop being my friend because I was telling her about something about my ex. But she didn't know that I was really about to break up with this dude when I told her this information. So it was ironic because it's like I'm always the shoulder you lean on or talk to when you're going through stuff. But when it's me, it's a problem. And I hardly go to her. So that was weird to me because I hardly went to her to feel that way. So she wouldn't stop being friends because of that. So I said, and the way she came off, she was very disrespectful. That's one thing. Because I'm telling y'all right now, we could have saved this connection if she came to me correctly. But she's always been disrespectful. So that's why I said I should have been stopping her friend because she was already accusing me of being disrespectful back then. So she was being disrespectful. So I told her, you know what? It's cool. I'm not saving this connection. So it is what it is. Boom. Because I knew she was tripping. She's trying to make it seem like I was using her and all these type of things. No, baby. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is why I was stating what was going through in our friendship. That's why I said, how do you feel like I'm using you when you're the one that tried to force my hand to take an offer from you? Let me know about that. Cause you literally forced me and I told you no. There's times I told her no. Because I felt bad the simple fact I was able to give back to her. When I did have my money, I did. I really did like offer stuff like that. And like, that's another thing. I'm like, I don't even have that mentality to use nobody. I don't even be thinking about using nobody because I know karma is real and I know how karma plays. And God knows the truth, and I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm not ashamed of talking, putting God. I know you're not really supposed to do that, but I put it on God. So I'm like using you. Oh, and I didn't tell y'all at Christmas because that's when I was housekeeping, but I didn't know our check get slowed down during the holidays because nobody's really booking hotels. So my money was funny then. So we decided to do exchange gifts. So one day she thought I was saying that I wasn't able to do it anymore. So she was like, "What the fuck?" She was like, "If you can't do that, I'm gonna take." She said, "I was about to say I'm gonna take this shit back." Me personally, if I'm your friend and I know you're like down and out, and mind you, I really want to get gifts for my family, but I had to sacrifice that because I didn't make that much for me to do it. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I made a major comeback on that. I'm telling y'all that right now. So, I looked at her like, what? Like she was like kept accusing me like as if I'm like this type of person. Like, no, I still got you. So, she's like, all right. So I mind you, when she asked what I wanted, I said it don't matter. I'm not picky. I'm grateful for anything. So I just said Bath and Body Works. It don't have to be much for me. I'm grateful regardless of what you give me. So cool. She said she wanted this lingerie thing, but I didn't want to give that to her. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of odd that she asked for that from me because she was dealing with somebody. I think it was her ex again. And I'm thinking, why don't you ask him for that? So I ended up getting her something else. And it's not about how much I spent on her, but I spent almost 200. Like I spent basically my check because, like I said, my check wasn't all good because of the season. I spent my last on her and she doesn't know that. So when she said I tried to use her, that hurt me because I'm the type of person I'll spend my last on somebody and I won't tell them. I even sacrificed giving my family gifts. But it's okay because that very next year, I made more mad money. I left that job. That job was still good money, but season wise, when it comes to winter stuff, it was slow. I made more money and I got all my peoples a gift. Everyone. Let's talk about that. And I was happy about it because I'm like, yeah, because last year I sacrificed it for her because she did a lot for me. I gave her a lot of stuff. She don't even know to this day that was my last. She doesn't even. I think she knew I spent a lot though because that was a lot of stuff that I gave her. And she was shocked. She was like, "Why? Why did it die?" And she sent me money. You know why? Because I know she felt bad that she only gave me Bath and Body Works, but I told her, "Don't send me the money. It's fine. I'm happy with what I got." But I feel like she did it purposely because she didn't. She thought I was gonna use against her, but I'm not that type of person. So I'm like, one, you're saying I'm using you. It's crazy. Two, what was another thing? Oh, I let bygones be bygones. Wish each other the best. Why this girl was still talking about me, and I had to find out from the another friend that we were friends with. She told me. So I came to her as a woman, and I warned her. I gave her a fair warning because I'm the type of person you keep talking about me, and I'm leaving you alone. I have no choice but to say something to you. So I said something to her, and she tried to project to me on as if I didn't love myself and stuff like that. So I had to let her know that she was projecting onto me, and that's how she felt about herself because I was in a whole different mindset, baby. I know I was that back then, but now today, baby, I'm a whole totally different person. You know that because as I'm running, you want to cut me off when you see me growing and you see me losing weight and all this stuff and doing better for myself. So clearly, you didn't want better for myself. You enjoyed being around me when I was down. So that's when and I'm gonna tell y'all some wicked stuff that she was doing too, because I didn't know I had her on Twitter still. And so I tested it out to see if she's been watching and stuff. And so, mind you, she's the person that be in drama. And she don't think smart when it comes to drama. She gets herself into stuff like this. But me personally, I don't be in drama. So that's when, let's say, oh, I was come to her as a woman, and I told her about herself because she was trying to project onto me. And I was like, you trying to tell me I don't love myself, but you're the same one that's dealing with all this. Because every time we got in the car, I didn't tell you about this. Every time we linked up, it's always about a nigga. But boys make my world go around. And I was only dealing with one person, and we broke up. Boys make my world go around, but you're talking about a different nigga every time I turn around. You sitting here letting this nigga do anything. You let these niggas do anything with you and stuff like that. And you're telling me about this. I'm not gonna tell everything, but always saying, oh, I'm in love. Whatever dude she met. How are you in love that quick? And it was so many, like, I'm not kidding y'all. I'm not trying to judge her or none of that, but it was so many different dudes that she was getting to know, and she didn't even got further than that. I even put her on, and she hurt this boy's feelings because he really liked her, but she just wanted one thing from him, and that's it. So it was always about a nigga, every time I got caught, and that's why I started getting drained. I had nothing to say. I really didn't. Like, I was always quiet, and it was just odd to me because it's like, bro, what? She's really trying to say that I'm boys make my word go around, but you're always talking about nigga and stuff like that. I ain't never in my life. One thing about me, and no nigga can't control me either. And I had to tell her that. Like, the boy that I was dealing with that I broke up with, I told her that boy don't control me. You can't even control. I said, you can't even control me. So what are you talking about? So that was another thing. Like, what, and my family knows I do not play. I stand on business. I stand on real business. I don't play anymore. I'm very strict around here when it comes to friends, family, and lovers. So I said all this stuff about her because she knew it was true. Why this girl? Mind you, this is when I lost weight. I lost mad weight because I was in the gym and stuff. All she could say was fat ass and then try to block me. You the same one that said, "Oh, you don't need a BBL. You got a shape already. You just got to lose a little weight." You're the same one that told me that I've been losing weight when I was getting better. And she had, mind you, when she said it, she hasn't saw me a while when I was getting better. I was also distant, and I realized God, my body rejects people when they shouldn't be no longer around me. So we wasn't even hanging out either. So I know she kind of felt some type of way, but I didn't forget about her. That's one thing. And she can't never say that I didn't check up on her when I was distant with her. And she knew I get distant because, like I said, I'm introvert, and my social barrier goes down. My other friends knew that I was antisocial. They knew that I had to isolate myself and recharge when it comes to people because it's draining being around a lot of people. I'm an empath. So she didn't understand that. But she knew it though. So she hold that somewhat against me. So she called me fat ass. And I laughed it off because I'm like, girl, I lost weight. You didn't eat with that one. So I left that shit off. But when she did that, that showed me her true colors. And this is why we're not becoming friends again. And what's funny is the reason why I know that she knows she's in the wrong is because there was a time she tried to hurry up and block me on other platforms when I had her blocked on other ones. Well, I found out this girl unblocked me on Instagram through another follower that we both follow. She was in her life, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought she had me blocked, so I blocked her because now I know you're watching me. But before this, when I didn't know I had her on Twitter, I posted something to see if she was watching me. I was bragging about something. Why does girl brag about the same thing she posted? And then it's like To Kill a Mockingbird. This girl was literally mocking me exactly what I was saying on Twitter. Then I posted me getting a tattoo. She was talking about getting that she's due for a new tattoo. Then she's trying to say something smart. She was trying to diss me. So I said something. And that's when I had ended up let her see it. And that's when I blocked her. And I knew that she had other friends that was chiming in. And they're gonna regret it because you sided with somebody that was in the wrong. And she knows she's in the wrong because she tried to snoop on my life. Like really. And then one day on TikTok I reposted something. She reposted the same thing I reposted. Like, girl, go ahead. Nobody's paying you no mind whatsoever. But it was weird to me because it's like, dang, we could have been superstars. Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, it's not safe for you. You switched like a. It's like, nah, let me stop here. But that's the situation was that. So I should have been let that friendship go, and I should never have befriended her again because she already showed me she wasn't my friend. And this example that y'all really need to really pay attention the first time. As soon as somebody do something the first time, and you set boundaries and they do it again, let them go. But if they really totally disrespect you overall, let them go. When it comes to friends, let them go. So, lover, I'm gonna make it quick because it's all of them is a similar situation. I actually hold on to my lovers really hard because I'm the type of person that love hard. I don't like giving up, and I feel wrong for giving up. But when you cheat, I'm leave. But it shouldn't take that either. Sometimes your partner could be very disrespectful, very manipulative, detrimental to your mental health. So you need to let it go, especially when they're putting their hands on you. One, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, cheating on you, being one sided, not caring how you feel, being disloyal, and I want to change. So like it's okay to stay there for somebody, but they keep using their trauma of why they can't do this and that. That's a problem. Everybody has trauma and people have healing to do. Healing never stops. That's fine. But it's what you can really tolerate. But you're not really supposed to tolerate anything. So now my deal breakers is cheating, disrespect, disloyalty, um, stepping over my boundaries. Yeah, stepping on my boundaries. And sometimes God gives me prophetic dreams, and He gives me signs and synchronicities of needing to let somebody go when they're not for me. So that's another way y'all can figure out for some of y'all that has those type of gifts. Please pay attention to your dreams. They're not just dreams. I don't know why people what is it, psychiatrists, something that they lie to y'all about y'all dreams. Sometimes it is because you watch TV and stuff before going to bed and stuff like that and have nightmares. But I'm a type of person, I don't watch TV. So that cannot interfere with my dreams. And I do have prophet dreams because it came true and it told me the truth about people. And when he told me to let them go, he showed me exactly the proof. Because I used to sit here stay with people because I wanted proof. And I was always right. So this is the reason why I listen to my intuition. Like I used to get punished for not listening to my intuition at all. Like I really got punished for it. And now I've been doing my damn thing. And this is why I'm here today and my purpose. Because these people was holding me back from my purpose. They were just a distraction. But you have to understand, don't take it to heart when you have this experience with people, because sometimes it's a spirit that transfers to other people's bodies that makes them do this. So you can't take it personally. You gotta take it spiritually. So some of these people, it's like a spirit like moving to the next person's body, jumping to different bodies, try to get you to learn this lesson, stuff like that, or try to get you to stop you from your purpose or distract you. So also that's why I said be careful with that. And there's people that truly do heal and become better person. So that's what I'm gonna say with the love. Family, I'm not gonna lie to you, I dealt with somebody that I thought I can trust out of my family, and I love them from a distance now today. And I still don't business with family. Like they being phony and stuff, I don't fuck with it. But I'm still love my family regardless because you're family. And that's why it's important to love from a distance. No resentment, none of that, or act like you don't care. That's still family, stuff like that. You still had that experience for a reason. So be grateful for that they taught you that. And they help you grow, literally. So sometimes you do gotta give credit to the people that did you wrong because they helped you grow as well, but not in a way where they should have did it to you. But it happened. It happened for you, not to you. But yeah, the family member I trusted. Y'all don't know, but I'm going to speak my truth. As much as I didn't really tell this truth, somebody stole from me when it came to my family, and now I don't really come around as much with them, but I love them and I still interact with them to this day. So my godfather, he left me inheritance. I never saw the inheritance. I couldn't touch it till I was 18. And I was supposed to go to college and everything. I was going to be set for life. And the reason why I know this is because I got proof of how much I had. And it was stolen from me. And I never saw it when I was 18. So my life got harder on top of that. But I know I'm going to get it right back. May not be the same amount, but what I'm about to do is going to come right back 10 times more. And I'm going to be very blessed. But yes, a family member stole my inheritance, and it hurt me when I found the proof, because I didn't find the proof until my spiritual awakening, my first one that I had. This is when I started really tapping in. I bought my eyes out. I told my peoples I'm not going to state who the one that stole it, but I thought I could trust them. That hurt my heart. I did have some type of resentment, but not anymore. I love them regardless, like I said, because they're somebody very close to me, but I never thought I could be betrayed by somebody like that. And then not only that, I went to this open house, and I'm thinking that the money's gonna be there, and they tell me it's not there. They told me that it went elsewhere, but I knew exactly where it went. I knew when I signed the papers that that money wasn't coming to me because of the person I was dealing with. Um, but if you are watching this, I promise to you, I'm not holding resentment towards you no more. I love you regardless, and it is what it is. There's no need to be fair about what's to come towards you, whatever. It's really for God to handle, but don't feel guilty or bad about it, even though you did it, okay? I understand now, like, I understand it, but it is what it is. So this is why I tell y'all guys to let it go and love people from a distance. It's not really hard, and it's best to not hold resentment because you're not learning a lesson. And there's such thing as karma debt. So you have to really clear your karma debt if you really want to get things you want out of life and walk into your purpose, because stuff like this can hold you back because you're holding resentment and all this stuff. And you're not growing like you're supposed to. You're not having a positive mindset and whatnot. But I really hope that I got this message across to you guys and telling y'all my story. And I want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you need any type of advice, email me at themistedveil2000 at gmail.com. I'll put it at the end. It could be advice, a topic you want me to talk about, to help you or the collective, or concerns or questions. Hit me up. I don't mind talking to you guys, and it's for free. Like, where can you go wrong about that? Because I know some people don't have people to go to talk to, and I'm here for you. Because, like I said, I'm an empath. I really want to help my collective, so hit me up. Especially when you're going through depression and whatever. I can help you get through that because I've been through that and I got myself through it. Because I would have been gone by now. I would have been way gone when I was young. But I'm here and I'm blessed. I'm grateful because I'm still here. And God gave me the strength to be here and walk into my purpose today. We all have a purpose, and I'm here to help y'all walk into your purpose. But I just want to say I love y'all so much, and I really wish y'all the best. Let it go when it don't serve your higher good.
Are you gonna be? Say that you're gonna be.